Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Start this lesson to my students. We are looking at changing the subject of an equation, starting with something nice and straightforward. Hopefully, there will be two steps in it. Trying to go through the basic principles, the rules behind it. So I'm just going to concentrate on this one question on this one page. So we're not going to fit in 100 questions like we sometimes do. Now, let's have a look at how we tackle this type of question. So in this question here, let me just finish it off. It says a equals 7b plus 10. And the question is asking us, it's saying here, make b. And the word that they normally use in math papers, make b the subject. Currently, a is the subject. What that means is we have a equals 7b plus 10. So a is the subject of the equation. It's all about the a. Now we have to finish this question, and the question should say b equals something, something, something. Now, in order for us to do this, if we are making b the subject, we have to start at b. So the keyword here, let's start at the letter that we want to make the subject. Let's start at the b. Now, what do we do first of all? We look. We identify the actions being done to b. So that's what we're going to do first. Now, so if I look at b, okay, let's have a look at this one here. What's been done to the b first? Look with the cursor is spinning around. What's acting on the b? We got two things there. We got a time by 7 and we got a plus 10. So what's the first thing that's acting on the 7? On the b, sorry. Okay, so when we say 7, we're talking about actually the multiply by 7. So this, I call this my first action. I'm just going to label it first. I'm not going to write out action. That's just too much. This is the first thing acting on the b. Okay, what's next? What else is being done to the b? So b is first of all being timed by 7. That's the first thing being done to the b. And then it is being what? Added by 10. Okay, so it says, look, identify the action which we've done to b. So how many actions do we have? We have first action, and in this question we have the second action. We label them. Beautiful. Now, if I try to give an analogy of this, think of it like this. You are sitting at a table, you are the B, you are talking to your friend. Your friend is the 7. She's sitting next to you. And then you have a friend on another table waiting to talk to you on another table. The other friend is the plus 10. So the one sitting next to you has got more priority, and the one on the other table has to wait, isn't it? Wait her turn to talk to you. So that's the analogy, and I actually showed by physical representation in the class how we would think about this style of question. Let's look at point 2 now. So we have done point 1. Again, I'm going to underline again. We have identified the actions done to be. Label them first and second. I cannot overemphasize the importance of doing this step. In this question, we have how many actions? 2. And in another question, you might have 5 or more. It doesn't matter. If you have 5 actions, 10 actions, the most important thing is you start at the letter that you want to find out what's being done to it, number it, and here comes the beauty of it. This next part. Now, if we are going to, you can call it solve. Actually, I'll put that in brackets. So we're going to rearrange by moving the actions, because remember actions, identify actions, the actions in which order? What's the key word here? The whole point of us numbering the actions is so when we start to move them, we move them not in the numbers that we don't move the first one first, the second one second. We move them in reverse order. And that is absolutely crucial to the technique for this question. So for example, we have, so we had first action was times by 7 and the second action was plus 10. So when I'm going to move them, which one shall I move first? Shall I move the first action first or shall I move the second action first? Second action. Well done. We always move the last action first. So I'm going to grab the plus 10 and grab it by the scuff of its neck and throw it over here. It becomes a minus 10. So on the next line down, we write an a minus 10. Oops, little bit. Okay, a minus 10 equals 7b. B back in black. Okay, so I'll be happy with that. One other thing I need to kind of encourage my students to do, encourage my student here as well, please make sure that you keep your equation tidy. If something is moving from the right to the left, it should now be on the left. Don't move things items from the right to left, and when I look at the next line, back on the left again, back on the right again. Keep everything where, if you move something, it should be there. Keep the equal signs lined up, keep the 7b lined up, keep everything nice and clear and tidy. Don't unnecessarily move things around. Okay? So now the plus 10 moved over here, it's now on this side, it's now permanently on the left. What do I need to do now? What we got left to move? The time by 7. Grab the time by 7, not 7, time by 7. Well done, well said. Opposite time by 7 is? Divide by 7. Now another thing as well, if you pay attention here, you see the minus 10 here? Look over here, minus 10. It is small and to the side. Small and on the way, out of the way. This divide by 7 is small and to the side. It's not a main, it's not like you don't make it overpower the question. It should be seen as a part of working out, not the answer at the moment. So on the next line down, watch what I'll do now. A minus 10 gets copied and all of that gets divided by 7. So here's the divide by 7 looking in its full glory. And we have finished that particular question. Now, one other thing, do not worry about the b being on the right hand side. I know normally we tend to see equations a equals blah blah blah, b equals something. This is written back to front, it doesn't matter in algebra. A minus 10 equals b is the same as b equals a minus 10 over 7. It's the same thing. So remember what I said to you before? I'll just quickly demonstrate it to you now. Keep the b's lined up, keep the equal signs lined up, and keep everything else lined up as well. Okay, so keep everything else going down, flowing down in the way. So those yellow lines are just there for my demonstration to you. They're not part of the method as such, but just some of like housekeeping, keeping things tidy, house tidy. Okay, keeping the question tidy. Okay, are we happy with this first lovely question? Are we happy with what we're doing? Yeah, we look, identify, so we number them, and when we start moving them, we move them in which order? In the reverse order to what we just labeled. So when we label first, second, third, for example, we move the first one to move is third, then second, then first, regardless of how many steps there are. Okay, that's lovely. We're going to stop that video here. I think that's nice as a nice video, and then we'll make a new one looking at some bit more complicated questions. Or say a bit more challenging questions, sorry. But in the meantime, let me give you some questions to try on this particular video. Right, let me get what color should we get? Okay, are you ready for the questions? I'm going to give you some questions based on this style of question. Okay, okay, one other thing that I wanted to point out here before I forget. Now, do we have an answer? It says a minus 10 over 7 equals b. Do we get a numerical answer in this question? No. The answer is no. So don't expect to get a numerical answer from this type of question. What you're doing is literally like rearranging the furniture in a room. You're rearranging all the different numbers and getting a new what? A new arrangement of the numbers. You're not looking for an answer. So for example, in this question here, the answer isn't meant to be, for example, b equals 10 or b equals 12. We're not looking for a number. We're looking for a rearrangement of the equation. So a minus 10 over 7 is beautiful. That's what we're looking for. So don't think, oh no, I've done it wrong. A lot of students get kind of panic in the exam. Oh, I've done it wrong because I got 10. I'm not getting 10, or I'm not getting a 12, or I'm not getting a number. You're not meant to get a number on these type of questions. So here comes your question now. So y is equal to so same style of question as the first example. I'm generating some questions for you. So in the first question, what you need to do, you have to make Z the subject. Second one, you got to make B the subject, and then the next one, you got to make M the subject. Okay, are we happy with that? So let me three little mini questions. Have a go with those.